You're going down, Swordy. We had to reset. Okay, Albert. Use the old power up. The old special. It's gonna be kind of useless for Miranda. It's just gonna kind of waste her computer, but it's worth it for the amount of damage I'm about to get. Being special, having the power up active. This will be the good stuff. And having the right sword this time. I guess that doesn't matter because it's magic damage. Yeah, that's another thing. We were talking about a hard mode earlier. It'd be nice for them to like nerf items and nerf the legendary equipment, but apparently they all kind of break the game. Yep, that's the damage. Dark or light. So this is nice. Miranda won't take like any damage from this. She straight up dodged it. You're right. This boss is interesting because his regular attacks aren't that bad, but his magic does a lot of damage, and then he just has the freaking auto kill crap. So do I heal Albert or do I attack? Let's attack. Just. Attack or throw an item. I kind of want the SP from attacking, but if I have a light all, I should throw it. Yeah, this is definitely the one right here. I don't know if I even want to use Rose Storm because he ain't doing that much damage. It's just his auto kill. So maybe I try to kill the sword here. Wow, his armor's even at yellow already. We need Wing Blaster. What's up, pet friend? I guess that would have been smart. If I would have thrown an MP item on Dart, he could have used the dragon thing again and just wiped his whole deal. But I don't want to have to use items, you know. I don't want to use items unless I have to, and right now the fight's going really well, so I'll choose Explosion. Explosion will also do good damage.
Explosion!
Explosion! Yeah, his regular attack would do more because it would automatically hit 5th, but I wanted to hit both. I want to get rid of the sword and hurt the armor. So last time when I got rid of the sword, he killed somebody in response. So he might kill somebody here. I think like its dying move is to kill somebody. So hopefully this hits Albert. I'm really lucky. Actually kind of the worst person it could have hit because he still had like 3 bars at the beginning left. But because he didn't hit Miranda, I can use Miranda to revive him. What sucks though is that friggin' Albert's still a Dragoon, so I can't like revitalize her SD. Also, she's almost dead because that didn't really damage. Shoot. This is no bueno. Do this. And then...
Storm!
Couldn't just hit Albert. Now we throw the Spirit Potion. Hopefully she can survive this because she has Rose Storm. Even better if it's the light attack. Nope. Alright, Rose Storm. Watch it. Rose Storm is best. Sailor Moon! Ah! Alright, our plan worked flawlessly. I need to heal Miranda though. Or just hope she doesn't back. Even if she does, it's not the end of the world. I like how Dart was like already standing, he didn't even like do the get up animation. Alright, you have one more turn. Might as well just attack him. He's almost dead. If I can get a turn with Dart, he's going to be in trouble. Oh nice, she got another turn. Now she should be fine. With blocking and Rose Storm. She should be fine. Especially if he just hits him. See you, Jerry. Thanks so much for hanging out, my man. Try hitting it earlier. I almost want to just go Dragoon here, because his Dragoon attack probably killed him.
Yes! Go!
Should have done it.
Spinning King!
Spinning King. Oh, there you go. I did it! Yeah, the big burst of damage in the beginning was the key to that one. sure. I wonder if I get that sword. I got a sword. I wonder if it was that one. I cannot complain that people bear grudges against me. You're not gonna tell us why, though? It counters the person who killed it? Dang it, I was thinking that, but then I thought that the first time I could have swore that Albert killed it, but it hit Dart. I could have swore that, but I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder if it kills whoever kills it. Then I was like, no, that can't be right, because Albert killed it that one time. But I must have been wrong. I must have remembered incorrectly. Oh yeah, the sword. Soul Leader. Holy cow, powerful, but HP decays each turn. Yeah, I'm doing it. You think I'm not doing it? I'm doing it. Armor of Yore? Oh, that also sounds amazing. Avoids poison, stun, and arm blocking. Oh, this was totally worth already. Telling me this crap ain't worth. Can anything else equip that armor? Oh, we already had Saint Armor, that's why. Can you equip Saint Armor? Panic Bell? Is that like a permanent runaway item? That's what it sounds like. Oh no, this confuses my mind. This worn statue seems to be of Emperor Diaz. His name is engraved in relief. I'm kind of surprised he didn't give me like Stardust. Seems like Stardust is always hiding in like the optional areas. Oh, Smoke Ball is the permanent run item? Because that's the thing I just got from him, right? That was the other item I got. I forgot to look at that. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. So yeah, we got an amazing armor, an awesome sword, and a permanent runaway item from this little optional area. Totally worth. Let's see if the sword looks the same. No, it doesn't. I'm kind of interested to see how much damage it does, though. Holy! Wow, that's a lot of damage it does to you. But how much damage does it do?
Yes! Go! 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 Moon strike!
Might be something I want to use for like bosses, but not something I necessarily want to run around using. Well, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, like for a boss battle, I might want to use it. You know, with an item that will like combat it. But for just running around, definitely not something I want to do. Plus Mind Crush confuses, which is really nice. Also, while I'm thinking about it, you don't need the talisman anymore, at least for now. So I could give you either the Power Wrist. Nah, probably Guard Badge. Guard Badge is really good. No one has the Bandit's Ring equipped either, and the Bandit's Ring is really good. I'm gonna give you the Guard Badge, but I think I'm gonna give... Oh, Hashel actually has a Bandit's Ring equipped. Yeah, I'll keep you with that. I'm also going to put Rose back in the party. Alright, now we gotta make it all the way up this friggin' hill. Yeah. I feel like the Bandit's Ring would be really useful on him, but I'm trying to kind of let him tank up stuff. That's why I gave him the Dart thing. Because Dart has a ton of HP from his HP equipment. So I'm letting Albert take the Guard Ring to kind of give him more survivability. And Rose is just the glass cannon over there, but heads the healing attack.
Die.
Or say Lavitz again. Oh no, you just said Lavitz. I thought I accidentally said Lavitz again. Albitz.
Die. Hard blade.
Hard blade. The other thing I don't like about that sword is I like being able to guard and slowly gain HP, but I couldn't do that with that sword because the sword hurt me just as much as the guard would heal me.
Die. Hard blade.
Well, that's new. That's a new one. Alright, at this point, this can't be the game. Yeah, that can't be the game. That must be like my PS2 or something. There's no way. Yeah. Alright, I'll have to like clean my PS2 over the next week. Because there's no way, you know, the game, that couldn't be like the game code. That's gotta be the PS2 reader. Yeah, I saved after fighting the boss. I have to re-equip my crap though. What a rip. Lovely organ remix. No, I did save because I knew I save literally every time I walk past the save point because this game has been freezing so much lately. I hope that maybe it fixes itself when we get to disc 4. Maybe disc 3 is just the worst culprit. The disc really isn't scratched, plus it did it on every disc, so even if one disc was scratched, it would fix itself when I went to another. Alright, I gotta replace you again. Put on Mind Crush again. And then give you Actually, you know what? Let's do the damage right with you. I think that was everything. We'll save again. Just because. Did I bump the PS2? No. It's completely detached from me. And I didn't like pull the cord either. It's gotta be firm, my PS2, it's the only explanation. That was still pretty weird though. Out of 3 discs, it's never frozen except on a load screen. So that's pretty weird. How many times is the game frozen now? We had the two freezes that were the game code, because sometimes the game freezes when you Dragoon and then fight certain bosses. But I think the game itself has froze like 5 times now or something. Maybe 6. That's a lot.
Spinning cane.
Spinning cane. Again, we've been very fortunate though, because I had only fought one fight after saving when it froze. It's yet to freeze like really far into a dungeon or whatever. Knock on wood. It's probably about to happen to me now. Oh, you. It definitely is pretty weird though, because my PS2 is not frozen playing anything else. I mean, I guess it's not crazy to think that maybe it's just this entire 3 or 4 disc set that's just like scratched or
Hard blade.
not in the best condition. Didn't seem very scratched when I looked at the discs themselves, but you never know. Could just have that right scratch in that right spot. Try to get out of this area without a fight. That's not gonna happen. Because this is what froze last time. Maybe I just use a smoke ball and run away before it freezes. It's not the same enemy, so probably right. You know what? You tried to clean a disc with bacon grease? Who in the world? Who would think that's a good idea? He's just like, bacon grease fixes everything. We'll fix this. And it tastes good. You know what I learned as a kid, cleaning a lot of discs? I learned that, like, when I first started cleaning, you know, my PS1 discs, I always used a little bit of water, just like a little tap of water, because I was afraid like too much water would like break it. But then I found out, man, these things are dark, aren't they? So there's like no damage from that. I guess this wasn't the smartest plan. I used to use a little bit of water, because I was afraid that the water would like damage the disc, but I found out that if you only use a little bit, it tends to smudge and kind of get like watermarks, and then that itself kind of makes it hard to read. If you use a lot more water, it actually is better. And water can't really damage the disc. Yeah, something like contact solution is way better, but if you don't have that. Also, rubbing alcohol works really well. That's what I usually used, but I had to use water if I didn't have it available. So I used to use rubbing alcohol. I've had to clean a lot of PS1 discs and a lot of PS2 discs in my day. Because I guess we didn't take good care of them when we were kids. We thought we did, but we didn't. Left them lying around all the time. I wish this thing would like heal me or something. Also, what is that green line right there? It's kind of weird. I also had to clean a lot of NES games, because even back then they never wanted to work right, unless like all the stars aligned.
Yes! Go! Go! Moon strike!
Those last like 3 hits are him just going like this. He's like poke, poke, poke. Like I said, Moonstrike's kind of lame. I don't like it. I think Crush Dance is my favorite. He does like that little spin rooney at the end. It's neat. My favorite of his. I think Gust of Wind Dance is probably my favorite in the whole game. Either that or Spinning Cane, because I just love that sound effect.
Yes! Go! Go! Moon strike!
Dude, I don't blow in my NES cartridges. I go next level. I like turn on an industrial fan and just like stick it in there. That's next level destruction of your NES games.
Yes! Go!
Need to listen to Stay Hydrated Bot and drink. Moonstrike is still level 1. Rip. Hardblade's almost... still got 2 more levels. Spinning Cane is getting there. So can you really not get these chests unless you like fall down and then land on them? I still don't even know how that works, because I hit X while the exclamation mark was up and it didn't work. Maybe the first time it automatically doesn't work, so you get all the way down to the bottom, but the next time it works. That's all I can think.
Spinning Cane!
Spinning Cane.
Die. Hard blade.
Hard blade.
Spinning Cane!
It's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle.
Spinning Cane!
Borderlands games forever. Forever and ever. HP recovers? What? First off, no. Second off, no.
Yes. Go.
You're a skeleton, you're not allowed to heal. That doesn't even make sense. Also, he had like 10 health left because he healed like 140 and I only did 160 damage and he died.
Spinning king.
Fearful is like the most freaking overpowered status. Take 50% more damage, deal 50% less damage. You're practically just useless. Actually, I have a good amount of things I want to get rid of. All these, like, stupid minor enemy items I don't care about. Like these. I don't care about these. I also have a bunch of attack balls I can get rid of, so those suck. Burning Wave is one of the super ultimate fire items. Nice. Oh, nice. Back up here. So it was I only had to walk a little bit. I wonder if I hadn't gotten close to the cliff, if I could have just walked right to the next section and never known that subsection was there. I'm glad I fell then. I could fight that optional boss. I just realized that enemy's name is Wild Man. That's Wild Man.
Spinning king.
I'm a little nervous. This is the fight that closed the game last time. It's alright.
Yes. Go.
Probably won't, because we're only gonna stream about, or we're probably gonna stream the village in a few minutes. What time are we at now? About 4 hours. Yeah. Should be like 20-ish more minutes, and then we should quit. Till next week. Is this like leaving right away, or I guess there's like 2 screens, right? Okay. I just wanted to save because freezes. I don't want to jump all the way down that cliff and then the game freezes. That would be terrible. Then I have to walk all the way back up, then all the way down again. So. I always got nervous when I was playing old games that froze a lot, that they would freeze during the saving and kill my memory card. I had that happen to me once playing Pokemon. I was saving the game and the game froze and it killed my memory card, my save. I was like, no, Pikachu. Rip Pikachu. Level 50 Pikachu, no. What's up, Mendo? Oh yeah, there's that heal in there too. I should use that. Didn't even think about it. I like how there's just a permanent fire in there, like no one ever puts it out. It's just chilling there this whole time.
Die. Hard blade.
Spinning king.
Die. Hard blade.
Hard blade.
Spinning king.
That last hit doesn't even look like it hits him. Stuff like this is like mega nice, because other than inns at towns, you really have no other way to recoup stuff. And this isn't like Final Fantasy where you can just carry 99 potions and 99 others. Like, you're kind of screwed if you're out in the middle of a dungeon with no items. There's no tents either. That's kind of, oh, nice. I can actually pick the jump down here now. How do you... Dude, I don't get it. Am I supposed to not hit X or something? I don't get it. I feel like I'm supposed to not hit X. But that's one thing I enjoy about this game, is it feels like an older RPG where, like, you can actually get stranded in a dungeon with no healing. It's not like current RPGs where save points just fully heal you, so as long as you're near a save point, you're safe. I like the feeling of having to prepare for a dungeon. Probably the best example of that is the Ice Cave from Final Fantasy 1. If you're not prepared, you are just screwed in that dungeon, especially because halfway through they drop you in a pit and you can't make your way. You have to actually fight your way out. If you don't have the right stuff, you're dead. Even if you have the right stuff, you're probably dead because it's the hardest damn dungeon in the game. The enemies are so strong down there for some stupid reason. The enemies in that dungeon are stronger than like the next two dungeons. It's crazy. I got stuck there so hard the first time I played it. Which I guess was the only time I played it, because I've only played through Final Fantasy 1 once. You actually are supposed to hit X at a certain time? I'm guessing it's somewhere in where the exclamation mark is, but it's not like right when it pops up. Maybe it's like at the end of the exclamation mark is when you're supposed to hit it. All I know is I gotta walk up this dang thing every friggin' time I screwed up. This is how I'm finally gonna master all these different additions. I'm gonna go up this hill 1,000 times.
Yes. Go.
I don't know, I always feel rewarded for doing crap like this in this game now. A lot of RPGs, you do something stupid like this and then the reward is something you don't care about. But this game, it seems like whenever a chest is really annoying, it ends up being worth it. That's one thing I do like about this game. There's so many chests in like Final Fantasy 7 where it's an absolute pain to get it, and it's like, you got Heather. It's like, come on. You only press it, say, one exclamation point and skip another. You either choose to hit X at the exclamation point or not. It takes certain combinations of the exclamation points to get to the chests. Huh. I don't get it. I didn't hit X on the first one. I hit X on the second one. I didn't hit it on the third one, and I hit it on the fourth one, and I still just went all the way down the mountain. Yeah, maybe I'll skip this fight because it's kind of like going along. So that is how I'm supposed to do it. It was just not right. Wow, interesting. This is going to be a struggle. There's so many fights. How was my Thursday? Pretty good. I got a lot of work done, and then I got to go to a bar restaurant thing and eat some expensive food and listen to my uncle-in-law's band.
Spinning king.
Is uncle-in-law even a word? It's not really, but it's my wife's uncle.
Go. Go. Go.
He has a really great band. It's fun to listen to his band play. I like it a lot. It's like the first time I've been out past 10 o'clock in so long. Because, like,
Die.
my wife
Hard
works
blade.
during the winter, you know, well, during every month other than the summer. So she always goes to bed really early. She has to get up really early to get to work on time because she's got an hour drive. So,
Yes. Go.
you know, unless I was out with like friends or something,
Go. Go.
I wasn't going to be out anywhere past 9 with my wife. And then when we had Ben, it was like I had to be home by 8 to watch Ben because she had to go to sleep. So, but we all went out and he just came with us. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Use Meru dancing shoes. I don't know, if this goes on for too much longer, then maybe I'll do that. Oh, that's cool, Mendo. What's up, Benji? I don't know why everyone keeps saying this is a Final Fantasy game. It's pretty far removed.
Go.
Like, the only similarity between this and Final Fantasy is it's an RPG. Like, I don't know, like literally everything's different. The fighting's different. The limit break gimmick is different.
Spinning king.
The world map system's different. Magic system's different. Item system's different.
Die.
Armor system's different.
Hard blade.
I mean, like I get your point, but it really is really different from Final Fantasy VII. Like, really different. In fact, I would be willing to say, out of every RPG I've ever played, this is one of the most different from Final Fantasy I've played. Alright, I'm gonna try the first one, and that's it. Still nothing. This is some garbage.
Die. Hard blade.
Spinning king.
I kind of see how this works though now. Like, when you hit a certain thing, it like takes you down a certain path. Like where I fell was different.
Go.
I was thinking in my head, like, what RPGs are a lot different than Final Fantasy.
Hard
And the
blade.
first one that came to mind was Legend of Legaia, but honestly, this game is even less like Final Fantasy than Legend of Legaia. The fighting system's a lot different in Legend of Legaia, but the world map system's very similar. This, like, everything's different. I can't name something that's the same. I mean, yeah, there's like an attack, right? That's like, but even the attack is different. I can't think of a single thing that's similar from the two games. Other than, like, obvious stuff, like it has random battles.
Spinning king.
Dart uses a sword, yeah.
Yes. Go. Go. Go.
I would say, like, the experience system is the same, but it's not, because it's actually, like, a lot slower. And both your Dragoon and your character level up separately. So yeah, even that isn't the same. This is as different as it can get.
Spinning king.
I'm surprised there weren't more like RPGs that just ripped off of Final Fantasy. Most of the ones I've played at least tried to be unique in some kind of way. Blonde hair. Dang it, you're right. This game's a complete ripoff. So... I don't know what to do, dude. Dude, I give up. I've done this 4 times, I haven't gotten a single chest. Somebody give me some friggin' answers. Or just tell me if this is even worth it. These chests are even worth getting. He's obnoxious. I was like, alright, I'll just start doing like a couple different combinations, see what happens, but I have not gotten a single one. We're gonna be here all day.
Spinning king.
Actually, you know what? Don't even bother giving me solutions. I'll just go up and save, and we'll do it next time, and I'll maybe even get the solutions and just use them.
Spinning king.
So, I gotta get some slide solutions for next week, and I gotta clean my PS2i for next week. Those are my 2 homework assignments. So that hopefully the game doesn't just freeze every 5 seconds like it did today. Today's definitely been the worst that it's been. I mean, it only froze twice, but one of them was in the middle of a fight. Like, that's pretty bad. Or no, I think maybe it froze 3 times actually.
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, you could just throw him on Discord and then I'll just keep him for next week. What is he doing? Well, that was cool. That was a cool way to animate that attack. Even like the magic attacks that enemies do, they get different animations for them like casting it, and then the actual magic is the same animation. A lot of care was given to the animations in this game. I give it a lot of credit.
Go. Go. Go.
And there's a good amount of enemies too. I haven't seen any enemies like reused for any of the areas, or even recolored. Final Fantasy has a really loves to take the same enemies and recolor them for different areas. Like have a red bomb at the fireplace and a blue bomb at the blizzard place and a yellow bomb at the lightning place, you know? Especially Final Fantasy X was like the king of doing that. Which isn't necessarily bad, but it's just a shortcut kind of thing. But this game doesn't really do that. They have like unique enemies for every area. Granted, there's not a ton of different ones in each area. There's usually like 4 or 5 different enemies, but still. It's cool. I give them a lot of credit for putting a lot of time and effort into this game. Not to mention it's also friggin' 4 discs and, you know, pretty big. Yeah, I think the skeleton's repeated. Although, were they always Mr. Bone, or is it like 2 different types of skeletons?
Die. Hard blade.
But yeah, a lot of games like to just recolor.
Yes. Go.
Like I said, it isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's cool when you get like all these enemies all the time.
Spinning king.
Die.
Yeah, so that's one instance where like on the Phantom ship it was just skeletons, and then here they took the same model. I don't know if it's the same exact model or if they like gave them a extra piece of armor or whatever, then just up its stats. All of Mr. Bone.
Go. Go. Go.
But that's the only one I've seen that even did that. Normally games love to do that stuff. Oh yeah, that's a good point. The monkey too, because he's holding that thing just like the strongman's did. But that's a pretty good palette swap. That's not necessarily like, you know, when I talk about palette swap, I'm talking about like straight up blue bomb versus red bomb. That's like a whole new. It went from being a strongman holding a pillar to a monkey holding an ice thing. He's like completely different, you know. And he even like seemed to have different animations too, so it was more like they took the strongman model as like a base and then created a new enemy instead of actually just changing the colors. What's up, Cerebron? What's up, Viper? Yeah. I'm trying to think of what game I was thinking of a game. It might be the original Final Fantasy that literally is a straight up palette swap. They'll take like an enemy that's like blue body, yellow arms, and then it'll make it like red body, purple arms, and call it something different and up its stats. Like that's the real palette swap. And then there's like Final Fantasy X where there's just the same enemies and they just change elements throughout the game to match each section of the game. You know, fire element, water element, thunder element. So, and I always kind of liked that because you knew what you were getting into. It's like, oh, there's a thunder element. This is going to be just like the fire element, but he's thunder, and I need to use this element. But then sometimes it's a little less acceptable. Like, in Final Fantasy X, it was definitely acceptable because there was a lot of different enemies in Final Fantasy X. Even though they palette swapped, there was a lot of different enemies. But then there's games where, like, there's 6 total enemies, and they're all just palette swapped throughout the whole game, and you're like, okay, this is this is not acceptable. It needs to be a little more than that. Anyways, that's going to be it for Legend of Dragoon today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to YouTube for hanging out. Next up, we're going to be playing some Dance Dance Revolution, so you're going to want to stick around for that. It's going to get hype in here. It's going to get We Are Family in here, because that's one of the songs. The DDR has a terrible, the PS3 DDR has a terrible song list. I don't understand. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. I will clean the PS2 over the week to hopefully stop it from freezing as much. But again, luckily for us, every single time it's frozen so far, it's been right in front of a save point. So it hasn't been like a huge detriment to the Let's Play or anything. I'm getting excited for what's coming up. Looks like we're very close to Disc 4. I'm guessing that this is like the last part of Disc 4 because it looks like we're getting to the end of the continent and then it'll be on to the final continent and the final disc. So we're getting close to the end of the Let's Play. After this is over, we'll probably be going back to another Final Fantasy VII run of some kind. So if you're interested in voting on that, definitely stay tuned the next couple of weeks. Whenever we finish this, we'll have a vote for the next series that gets a Let's Play on YouTube. But that should be it. So thank you guys. I love you. Thank you for the support. And we'll see you next time for more Legend of Dragoon Let's Play action.